Before we start this really juicy podcast episode, I just need you guys to please ignore the background. Welcome to my really busy and very messy craft room if you're new here. But if you're one of my day ones, you guys know this is my normal here. I just really want to give a quick disclaimer. So I felt kind of behind this week with my podcast episode, but honestly, I'm really enjoying my Vlogmas series. I feel like it's held me super accountable, feel a little bit more connected to you guys. Just really starting to feel like I do have a purpose for this really tiny part of YouTube world that I'm in. I know I'm not like a weight loss coach or like a fitness coach or somebody really cool like that. I'm just somebody like you watching right now that's going through it, that has gained over 100 pounds and is absolutely sick of being fat. So without further ado, welcome back to the Comeback Club podcast. You know, yesterday I had a really hard day and I kind of failed with my whole like December motivation challenge, and I felt more motivated than ever this morning to record this episode. Fun fact, I was going to record a completely different podcast episode that had nothing to do with this subject, but something just came to me this morning and I really feel as if I should just put this out here. Today's episode is kind of like something I wish I heard when I first started my own weight loss journey, which I'm still currently in. I think the best title for this podcast episode is going to be The Hidden Side of Weight Loss That Nobody Likes Talking About, because there's a lot. So I'm just going to dive right into it. The first thing that really caught me off guard when I started my weight loss journey was the triggers. Like, this is so real. And it's honestly not just like triggering like food wise or drink wise. It's so much more that has to do with this. Stress is rushing to work. It's like these bad habits that we never just get out of. It's this cycle that we're used to. It's comments from family and friends, which I'm going to definitely get into that as well. It's old habits. It's trying to like break free from all that negativity. There's so much that has to come with this. It's not just, hey, eat healthier, work out, and just go about your day. We all know that it is not that easy. If not, I think the whole world would be super in shape right now. And let's be honest, we're not. When I first started this weight loss journey, I truly thought that all I needed was willpower. Like, once I conquer willpower, I got this in the bag. Like, I'm done. I'm obviously fed up. I talked about that in my last podcast episode, like my breaking moment. But I truly thought that willpower would be like that true marker for me. But I'm a couple months into my weight loss journey and I've learned that it's not just willpower. I needed, and I still need, awareness and to give myself grace. I want to talk about guilt, okay? Because this one's going to really mess with you. Tell me if you could relate. Has there ever been a time that you've been on a weight loss journey and let's say that you're doing really good for a whole month and then just one day you mess up, like one meal, one day, whatever. Like you went out with your friends, your family, or your husband or your significant other and you just messed up. There wasn't really good healthy options and you go ahead and you eat something bad, right? Why do we have the mentality that once we're eating something bad that we just keep on rolling with that? Like we start binge eating and then, you know, a bad breakfast turns to a bad lunch and then sweets at night. And then the next day we're like, you know what? I messed up anyway. So I'm just going to keep on eating like a pig and just keep on like going out of control. Why do we always do that to ourselves? You know, it's one thing about that guilt feeling like, okay, I messed up. I feel guilty. I'm not worthy of this weight loss journey. No, that's one thing that I'm still learning to this day. As you guys know, I had a really hard day yesterday in my Vlogmas, and honestly, I almost fell into that like guilt trip that I give myself. It's kind of like psychotic, to be honest, but I had that Taco Bell, which I regret so much, but something in me like that same night after I recorded, after I edited, I don't know why I was so tempted to go to my kitchen and start like looking for something sweet to eat. And that's not like me because I've been really on point with this and I've really been strict about not eating past a certain time and just trying to keep myself away from triggering foods, which for me is sweets, 1,000%. And I saw myself yesterday like digging in the kitchen and I'm like, why am I doing this? I just messed up one time. Okay, I had freaking Taco Bell, but we need to move past this. Like, it is what it is. I made a mistake. If I continue going on these binge routing and I just continue, you know, falling back 3 steps and 3 steps and 3 steps, I'm going to keep on juggling with the same weight that I'm in. I'm going to gain 5 pounds and lose 2 pounds and then go back up to 3 pounds and then go back down. It's like a never-ending hamster cycle that you're putting yourself through in such a sensitive place that you're in right now as a weight loss journey. One slip up does not define you and your whole entire weight loss journey that you're currently on, okay? And that's actually something that I want to thank all of you, because if it wasn't for me reading my comments on my YouTube channel and seeing all the positive enforcement, people who have gone through what I'm going through right now, that have lost the weight, that have told me, hey, no weight loss journey is perfect. We're going to mess up sometimes, but what's most important, what really makes it perfect, is falling back and getting back up again. Another really honest truth is the loneliness that I kind of feel during my weight loss journey. Do you guys feel that way too? It's kind of weird because, we always think weight loss is just, working out, getting your steps in, eating healthy. But no, there is a huge loneliness in there. I feel sometimes like FOMO, like fear of missing out, like my family's eating something like really yummy and I'm just there in the table just staring at it. Let's all be real here. When you're on this weight loss journey, like I'm eating healthier, I'm making better options, I'm choosing better options in the restaurants, I'm trying to do things differently, I'm walking, I'm doing some exercises, and not everybody in my house, not even my man, Oscar, he doesn't do these things. So imagine this, you're going from a day of just eating with your family, picking out, eating sweets, like doing whatever you want, who cares, we're all hanging out together, we're all eating s'mores together, we're all eating cookie dough together, from the next day being like, okay, they're all still doing that, but I'm over here weighing my food. And they're all still bonding with food and yummy stuff that triggers me, but I'm over here on my treadmill because I have goals. Like, it starts to feel a little lonely. At first, it feels empowering. Like, you're like, yeah, this is great. I'm so like motivating and motivate everybody around me. And yeah. But then after like week 2 and week 3, you start feeling kind of left out. Is that crazy? I feel that way. I truly do. I'm very blessed that a lot of my family members are on a weight loss journey as well. I feel like I've inspired them in a way, but there are moments that I see Oscar like eating something, or he just wants to have his weekend that he wants to eat whatever he wants. And I'm there like staring at him from a corner, like saying, oh my God, I hate you so much, And then I just leave the room and I go work out, or I go like prep a food or something. Like, it's true. I feel a little bit lonely, because it's crazy how even in a relationship, how you bond over eating like little piggies together. And that has been me and Oscar for the past 9 years, by the way. And it's not like we were eating cheeseburgers and being like, yeah, we want to give each other diabetes. No, it's not that. It's just sometimes we'll be like, hey babe, do you want to go get a late night burger? And we'll both have that little like happy moment, like little fatties, like going to the McDonald's and getting it and eating it late night and laughing about it and saying, wow, that really hit the spot. Like, we don't have that anymore. So it starts getting a little lonely. But I will say one thing, after you start realizing that it is a little bit lonely and you are going through that FOMO moment, it starts turning into something beautiful. You start seeing it the other way around. Instead of saying, oh, I'm being left out or I'm not bonding with him anymore too much, it's more like, wow, I'm really proving myself right now. And even Oscar, my fiance, he's not really a verbal person to tell me, hey, wow, you're doing absolutely amazing. There's some people who are just not like that. He's more of like an action person, not a verbal person. So I remember the other day, I was like prepping my breakfast and he actually asked me, he's like, hey, do you want to go have breakfast? We haven't done that in a really long time. And I looked at him and I told him, well, I prepared my breakfast already, so I think I'd rather just stay home and eat here. But if you want to pick up the food, just pick up and we'll eat together. But I'm going to eat what I made because I already weighed it out. I counted my calories. I did everything I have to do. I put too much work into this for me to just throw it off the grain and just eat greasy food from somewhere, And he actually had a moment that he looked at me and he was like, I'm really proud of you. Mind you, I've been on this weight loss journey for already, 5 going on 6 months already. So it's not like this is month 1 or like week 2. It took a couple of months for him to be like, wow, she is really locked in. Like, I'm not playing around. Another hidden truth is like the withdrawal that we get. Do you guys feel that way too? Like, there's certain things, for example, I always thought in my whole life that every time something good happens, you have to celebrate with like a cake. It's not just birthdays. Like, I remember even getting a promotion in my job or reaching a certain goal on social media or in my personal life. I would just go to Publix and get like a little champagne bottle and a mini cake. And that was my way of celebrating. But now, since I've been on this weight loss journey, I'm not like that. I will definitely still go get the champagne bottle, right? But I'm not gonna go get a cake, because what does that align with me accomplishing something? me eating something full of sugar, like it makes no sense, right? But breaking that habit is what makes it hard, and people don't think about these little things. It's like you're doing something that you're not used to, and it kind of feels like you're selling yourself short sometimes, but you know deep in your heart that if you stick to what you're doing in your weight loss journey long term, you're going to be very grateful for all the times, okay, that you didn't go buy that cake and you're just popping bottles with champagne, okay? Another hidden truth is when people don't really notice when you're losing weight in the beginning. I think this is one of the most crucial and hurtful things ever. I'm still going through that right now. There are times that I step out and I see somebody I haven't seen in a couple months, maybe 2 months, 3 months, whatever. And when they see me, they always tell me, oh, you look great, awesome. But they don't really celebrate if they see my weight loss. So it's not that I'm fishing for compliments, because I'm not, right? I have to be realistic here. But sometimes when it's somebody in person that you see often, it's been like a pretty long time, you would think that if you're losing 30 pounds, like what I've done so far, you would think that those 30 pounds would show, right? So when there's certain people who don't comment on that, sometimes like after that session of you hanging out with them, you'll go in your car and you'll be like, do I even look like I've lost 30 pounds? You know, and that's sad, you know, and I go through that all the freaking time, you know, and I just want to talk about this here because I don't want you guys to feel that way, because it took me a couple of weeks actually to realize, like, I have to understand that not every single person is going to see me and compliment me on that. There's some people who don't even want to touch that subject because they know that that's something that's very personal, right? And there's some people who feel like they don't want to come off, I guess, weird, you know, to say, oh, your body looks smaller, you know? So we have to understand that not everybody is going to compliment us like our close family and friends. Zip it up, because trust me when I tell you, if you keep on with your weight loss journey, one day, okay, they're going to be like, damn, you look good. Annie, what is the secret sauce? You know, I'm still waiting for that day, and I can't wait for that day to happen to me. And it's going to happen for you too. Remember, the way that you feel inside is going to show more than what you look outside. So don't rush the process of, my God, like my body's not changing. I feel that way too. My double chin is still a triple chin. My belly fat is still, you know, really annoying. But I do know realistically, I'm putting on clothes that I put 5 months ago and it fits me way better. So I know that the inches are shrinking. I know that there's certain areas of my body that are shrinking and doing better. I just can't depend on validation from others, okay? We just gotta stick to the goal, because it's gonna get to a point that that same dress that fits me better now, in another year, I won't even be able to wear it. I might have to just get a whole nother dress that's a way smaller size. Another really hard truth that always gets me, it still gets me to this day, is the embarrassment. It really bothers me that we're on a weight loss journey, that sometimes, the majority of the time, we feel embarrassed for some weird reason, you know. I felt more embarrassed when I was 323 pounds, you best believe, of even me getting off at my son's school, or me going to meet up with some friends and thinking, oh my God, I'm the biggest I've ever been. I can't even imagine what they're going to talk about when I leave the room. You know, it sucks to have that like dark cloud on top of you, right? But it's the reality. But what people don't understand is like the embarrassment of going out with your friends again, and you're on your weight loss journey, and everybody's eating like burgers and fries and tacos, and you're here looking at the skinny menu and getting just a healthier option. We shouldn't feel embarrassed, but I would be a hypocrite on this podcast episode to tell you that I never felt embarrassed doing that, because I have. And when I really break it down, it makes no sense to me, because if anything, I should feel proud of myself that even though my friends are skinny, fat, medium, small, thin, I don't care, they're still eating very unhealthy options, and that's fine. Like, let them be them. Life is balanced. But right now, I'm locked in, and this is what I want to eat, and I have a certain goal, and these are the calories that I'm allowing myself for this dinner, and I want to have more control over what I'm eating and drinking, instead of me falling into an influence that just because of my best friend's eating a double cheeseburger that I have to eat it too. Maybe her goals are not aligned with mine. And I'm still working on that, because I'm telling you guys, I go to restaurants with my family probably once a month. We try to do that. And, you know, my whole family, you know, they really like to enjoy the restaurant and have the appetizers and the, you know, all these like climbing calories. That's what I like to call it, climbing calories, because it kind of keeps on climbing. And then in one sitting, you're having like 2,000 2,000 calories in. And I know for those of you who don't count your calories, I probably sound a little bit insane. I just realized that at the end of the day, what really helps in this weight loss journey that I'm currently doing is just being on a calorie deficit. It's like the old school way. I'm not on a GLP-1. I'm not on any type of medication. I'm not against them at all. I support people who do it. I just really wanted to show myself that I could do this one last time. Okay, maybe not say last time, but one good final round. That still sounds like last, whatever. Please, if you are listening, okay, I made this video because I went through so many emotions yesterday from my own Vlogmas and what I'm doing for the month of December, my own challenge. I really wanted to end this year strong instead of me kind of, being like, oh, you know what, whatever, it's the holidays. I'm going to eat all the cookies and all the coffees and all the cakes and stuff for the next 2-3 weeks. And I'm going to start fresh on January 1st. That's what everybody does. Absolutely not. I wanted to do the opposite, which I've never done before in my 32 years of living, okay? I wanted to end December good and on my same goals and harder than ever. So like that January is a very smooth transition. It's not like I'm waking up on the 1st, dreading my life, counting my calories. No, I want it to be a very smooth transition because I want to show the year 2026 who is the boss, okay? These are honestly just a couple of hidden truths that just came to my head randomly yesterday and today. And I feel like I could definitely do a part 2 of this podcast. I just didn't want to make this too lengthy, but I just want you guys to understand something. If you're listening and if you could relate to any one of these things that I have talked about today, I want you to understand that you are not crazy, okay? You are not the only one feeling this way. I am with you. I feel all these emotions times 100. Actually, I could probably write a book about 1,000 things that make you feel weird when you're on a weight loss journey. You are not crazy. You are not weak-minded. You are not unmotivated. You are not alone. You are a human being that's just trying to better their health, okay? Be proud of that. There's a lot of people that live their whole lives, okay, that at the end of their deathbed that they say, okay, I wish I would have done something different. I wish I would have been more healthier in my younger years. I wish I would have changed my life. I would have not be on this bed right now. I need you to have that mentality instead of feeling the other way. I just honestly want you to know that I am so proud of you because to me, day one is not day one of dieting. To me, day one is realizing, hey, I need to change something up. I need to change my life. This is too much. I'm at my breaking point. I cannot keep on like this. If you're already feeling that, let me tell you, congratulations, girl. You're already on day one, okay? Remember, this is your safe place. So whether you need to rewatch this again or just send this episode to somebody that you think that really needs to hear this right now, you'd be surprised. You would be very surprised. Right now, currently, as of December 11th, I have 10,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel that has grown in the past 6 months. I just opened up this channel 6 months ago. That shows you I have 10,000 friends, because that's exactly what I consider every single one of them, that are going through the same struggles that I'm going through right now. But one little thing that I could offer you from this channel, from this podcast, from this little side of YouTube is for you to understand that I am a regular 32-year-old mom. I am here for you. I am here with you. We're going to get through this together. And I'm telling you guys from right now, we're going to make another video probably in 2027. But 2026... this is our year. Wrap it up, okay? Get ready, because this year is a year that you're going to talk about for the rest of your life. 10 years from now, you're going to say, damn, I did that in 2026. Back in 2026, I went on a weight loss journey. Or back in 2026, I took my health serious. Or back in 2026, I completely transformed my life. That's the type of conversations that we're going to be having. Love you guys. Thank you so much for hearing this podcast episode. Let me know if you want a part 2 or 3. I could definitely keep on going about this. Definitely make sure that you're following me on my other socials. Let's come back and get our lives together. I will see you next week with a brand new episode. Love you guys. Stay strong.